All right, boys and girls, I'm on slide 3 in Classkick today of your lesson. And I had asked you during class to work through all of these questions. So hopefully you attempted to answer A, B, C, and D, and you used this line plot to help you answer these questions. Now, I want you to check your work by following along with my video. If you made a mistake along the way, it's all right to correct it. That's what we're doing the checking for. Okay. And if you made a mistake, don't be hard on yourself. I make mistakes all the time, especially with working with fractions, since we haven't been working with them for some time now. But it's really good reminder for us to go back. So I'm going to work through these questions with you, and I'd like you to check your work on your whiteboard and change anything that you need to be changed. I'd also love for you to show me your work. If you scroll down in your whiteboard, you got lots and lots of space. Okay. All right, let's start with the first question. It says, what is the difference between the greatest value and the least value in the data set? So here's my line plot. Let's understand it. It doesn't really have a title, and that's okay. We're just going to look at the data. Our line plot starts with 1/10 and it goes to 9/10. And then every item that would be reported at these specific data points is listed above. That's what our line plot is, right? So 3 items were 1/5. One item was 3/10. 1, 2, 3, 4 items were reported at 2/5. 1, 2, 3, 4 items were reported at 1/2. 2 items were reported at 3/5, and 1 item was reported at 9/10. All right. So they want to know the difference. So I'm going to do some subtraction between the greatest value and the least value in the data set. So it has to be numbers in my data set. So let's see here. My greatest value is 9/10. So I'm going to go down here and set this up. And my least value is 1/5. All right. So the difference would be 9/10 take away 1/5. Now, if you recall, when we subtract fractions, when we add and subtract fractions, we have to have the same denominator. 10 and 5 are not the same. So we have to find the LCD, the least common denominator. Now, if we don't know what it is, we can list out our facts for 10 and 5. I actually, in my head, I can tell you I know what the least common denominator is. Do you guys see it listed? 10 and 5, the least common denominator is going to be 10. So that's super cool because now I don't have to do anything to my first fraction. I can keep that at 9/10. Now my second fraction, I've got to take and make it into an equivalent fraction. Here, I'm going to erase my equals right now. I need to make it into an equivalent fraction that has 10 as the denominator. So 5 times what gives me 10? Well, 5 times 2 does. And whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. So 2/10 is equivalent to 1/5. And that's what I'm going to use over here, 2/10. Now I can continue with the subtraction. I keep my denominator. I worked so hard to find it. And I subtract my numerators. 9 minus 2 is 7. So 7/10, that's in simplest form, is the difference between the greatest value and the least value in my data set. There we go. Part A. Let's go to part B. It says, what is the sum of the greatest value and the least value in the data set? Well, we identified what they were before, right? 9/10 and 1/5. So instead of subtracting, they want to know the sum. So now I'm going to add those two together. 9/10 plus 1/5. Okay, we just talked that when we add and subtract fractions, we have to have common denominators. 10 and 5 are not common. So I need to rewrite it so that they both have a denominator. And in my last problem, I'm going to use what I did there. Why not? I did it once. Let's use it again. So my least common denominator is going to be 10. I'm going to keep my first fraction, 9/10. I'm going to change my second fraction to be an equivalent fraction with 10 as a denominator. Let me get these little, there we go. I'm going to do the exact same thing, right? So to get from 5 to 10, I multiply times 2. Same thing up top. Whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top so that it makes it equivalent. So 2/10. Okay. Now, just like up here when we subtracted, we worked so hard to find that common denominator. Let's keep it. And then we have to add our numerators. Oh, pardon me. 9 plus 2 is 11. Now, I'm not done. When I added these two fractions together, I got 11 over 10. That is an improper fraction. That's my elephant on the ball. So I need to turn this into a mixed number. I'm going to say, okay, how many times can 10 go into 11? One whole time. So I'm going to take 10 away from my 11. That means I have 1 left over, and my denominator still is 10. So 1 and 1/10 is the sum of the greatest and the least together. So let's put that up here, 1 and 1/10. All right, let's keep going. Part C says, what is the product of the greatest and the least value in the data? Okay, we know our greatest value is still going to be 9/10, and our least value is still going to be 1/5. All right, let's go down here. They want us to find the product. Well, look, product. Product means we multiply. So using my 9/10, I'm going to multiply it times my 1/5. All right. When we multiply fractions, we simply multiply the numerators. Well, we first make sure that there are not any improper fractions, right? They're all good. But we multiply our numerators. So 9 times 1 is 9. Multiply our denominators. 10 times 5 is 50. And then I'm going to think, can I simplify this? Uh, no, nope. This is simplest form. So the product is 9/50. Let's move on to part D. It says, what fraction of all the values occurs at the least value? Okay, so what fraction, this is kind of interesting question, of all the values occurs at the least value? Okay, so now in order to find the fraction of all the values that occurs at the least value, we need to figure out two things. Okay, let me grab a different color here. We need to figure out what are all the values, how many, I should say. Well, we've got to find out how many are there. So let's count to find out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I've got 15 in all. They want to know what fraction is the least value. So I'm going to find the least value and add how many points I have at the least value. 1, 2. So my fraction is going to be 3/15 because these three right here, out of all the 15 are the least value of 1/5. And that's how you answer the question. Check your work, make sure yours looks like mine. I'm going to look at your whiteboards later today. I'd love to see all this great work.